Hey everyone, hope you're doing well today. Wanted to take some time to record a quick video showing the functionality we released in the second half of last year with the ability to drill down into a payroll control center key performance indicator. So if you see here, I got 18 alerts, but I also have this statistical information such as a total gross. I'm at the highest level seeing the comparison between the last period and the current period. And then what functionality we added is the ability to actually click into this and then see more information about this, right, and drill into it. The thing that I don't think people realized, or if you haven't seen it, is you also have the ability to have different groups or tabs of information here at the top, right? And so at the left here, you can see I have total gross and net. So I'm pulling actually both information for the current and previous pay period, and it's grouped by part or full-timers, right? And so you can slice and dice this different ways that makes sense for your business, but you can kind of see the summarized information here in a different way, right? And it might make sense. You might want to have it based upon something like personnel area or personnel sub area, right? That might be you wanting to go and look by something like a location or something along those lines, right? And so I can go and see how this looks for my salaried staff and my corporate offices in Philadelphia and see some information about that. You can also, if you'd like, get a list, although we advise against this, especially for a larger population. We think that if you're actually trying to look for discrepancies between the last pay period and this pay period, that makes the most sense to do as an payroll control center alert, right? And so we think that makes it so if you create an alert, you have an entire framework for investigating that, right? The system can identify it, you can see the exact amounts, you can look at it, and then if need be, you can make a correction. The really cool thing about this drill down functionality is that it's embedded right into our managed configuration application. So that's where all of this is set up. So if you go to manage configuration, there's this designer functionality, and I can actually look for something like what I had before, total gross, which is what I was looking at. And you can see here, for example, is total gross and net pay for current and previous pay period grouped by part or full timers, right? And so that's the one that I was looking at, kind of showing the end result of it. But what I can also show you is that this is where it's set up. And this is delivered as part of our SAP Best Practices, where I can actually get some pre-delivered configuration here and see what this looks like. It's always better than trying to start from scratch and figuring that out. And so what you can actually see is some of the things, the business logic behind this, right? And so we talked about pulling in total gross payment, wage type /101 in the current payroll period. You might also want to see the net or amount to be paid, wage type /560 in the current pay period. And then we're comparing that and getting a value for the previous pay period for both total gross and the amount to be paid or net. But the really cool functionality, I've shared this in previous videos and blogs, is that you can also preview this as you're creating it. So right away when I'm creating this, I can press the preview button. And then what I do is I can choose the recurrence. This is basically a payroll control center data set, right? And so if I want to just look at the set that I was looking at when I was in my processes, I can pull that in here. I can expand this, and I can see right away what the numbers are going to look like based upon that data set, which I think is awesome because it saves a lot of time where I can go in, see this, play around with it. If I need to go back and make a change, change a wage type, change a value, I can do that. I can come back. I can preview it right then and there, which I think is great. And then once I'm ready, I can actually tie this into my payroll control center process. And a lot of my testing has already been done. So super excited about this functionality. Definitely let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.